Good morning, welcome to the Midships Minutes. I'm your Captain Corey. Unless you've been living under a rock for a while now, you'd realize that the Bahamas have long been threatening an increase in port fees and taxes, and well, this increase is real. And it's here. Let's get into an article coming out from travelpulse.com. This is by Bruce Parkinson. Bahamas increasing port taxes for cruise visitors. The Bahamas is raising port taxes for cruise visitors. The island archipelago beginning January 1st of next year. With some cruise lines, guests will be charged the new fees even if they've already paid for their cruise in full. Port taxes will increase from $18 US all the way up to $23 US per person for any cruise that stops at Freeport, Nassau, and Bimini. Now, for cruise ships that stop at private islands without also stopping at one of these aforementioned ports, taxes raised to $25 per person. And that, my friends, is more expensive than almost everything that you'll find here in the Midships Amazon store. That's right, it's the best way to support me while getting something amazing for your next cruise. It doesn't cost you a penny. I appreciate it in advance. Let's get back into the article. The government of the Bahamas also says it will levy a $5 per person environmental tax and a $2 per person tourism enhancement tax on cruise passengers. Some cruise lines are now reaching out to their booked passengers to let them know they may need to pay more for their upcoming cruise. Royal Caribbean, for instance, says that if guests have paid in full, the increased and new fees will be charged to their shipboard accounts. So it sounds like these cruise lines, specifically Royal Caribbean and most likely Celebrity, since they're in the same umbrella, it sounds like these are just going to show up on your account once you're on board the ship, which is curious. I wondered how these lines would go about handling this. We're not talking about tons of money, so I was wondering if they would end up charging you once you got on board the ship, because I mean, if you're talking about $50 or $100, that would be pretty sketch, pretty sus, pretty sad to have a cruise line cancel your cruise that's paid in full, and you risk maybe losing that deposit and all the money paid because your taxes and fees went up somewhere. So I like the way that this is being handled. I don't love the fact that we have to pay more to go to the same places, but I guess dirt gets more expensive every year. Carnival has indicated that the revised taxes have been implemented for all new bookings, but it has not at this point made the fees retroactive to prior bookings. The Bahamas has invested significantly in its port infrastructure as of late, particularly at Nassau. The port that can currently accommodate up to 20,000 passengers per day will soon be able to host well over 30,000 passengers per day. Bruce, Nassau can already do that. I was there on the day. Actually, as a matter of fact, on the day that you took this picture, or someone took this picture, I was there. I was on this ship right over here, the Meraviglia. As a matter of fact, I got tons of cool B-roll shots of all of these ships. Nassau is a busy, busy cruise port. They just spent $200-300 million enhancing that port, adding new berths, adding all kinds of new visitor center amenities, that kinds of thing. They got to pay for it somehow. This seems to be the way they're doing it. Now, I've said in previous episodes that I don't like the fact that they're trying to pay this whole new cruise port off in the next 3 to 5 years when they should be amortizing it over 20 to 30 years, the full expected lifespan of this new cruise port. Again, is it local greed? Probably a lot of it is. Is it fear of a downturn in economy? Well, yeah, aren't we all a little bit afraid of that? Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Do you think Celebrity, Royal Caribbean are handling this the right way? I think that's a cool way. Make sure you get subscribed here. The next Midships Minutes episode drops in 2 hours' time, and we are talking a daring rescue at sea by the Carnival Mardi Gras.